The year 2025 is almost over, and interest rate cuts are still uncertain. If you take a look at the financial statements of what Australia calls middle-class families right now, I can only give one assessment. Many people are currently facing technical bankruptcy. What does that mean? That is, in 2025, we've observed a very interesting phenomenon. I would call this group the high net worth poor. And the profile of these people is so typical. In their 30s, maybe driving a BMW X5 or a nicer Mercedes G-Class, living in Glen or Bowen in a $2 or $3 million big house with a son and a daughter, both sent to private schools, and even having a dog or a cat. From an outsider's perspective, these are definitely the winners in life. But in my eyes, Joey's eyes, and among my friends who are like this, including some clients who come to us for consultations, what I see behind it all is terrible cash flow and extremely high debt risk. In my view, and I've said this to my friends exactly like this, what you're living isn't really a life. You're basically walking a tightrope. Now, honest words are often unpleasant to hear, but why do I think these people are walking a tightrope? Let me quickly break down, using MBA logic, the 3 financial pitfalls these people face. The first point is an extremely high DTI, which stands for debt to income ratio. You'll notice that for these people, 50% or even 60% of their household income goes entirely to car loans and mortgages. What do those loans represent? It's the bank's interest. So as long as, for example, the Reserve Bank of Australia doesn't cut interest rates, their cash flow will always be negative. The second point is that they face the risk of a liquidity crunch. As for the so-called tens of millions in assets they claim to have, what exactly are those? It's all real estate. They have no savings in the bank. On top of that, if they stop working, they stop earning. So in another sense, you can't really call them middle class. They're just high income wage earners. They don't own any means of production, nor do they have any real ability to withstand risks. The third point is the misallocation of assets. There's nothing wrong with buying a house, but their core assets are all tied up in their own home. What does that mean? An owner-occupied home on your family's financial statement doesn't generate any rental income. It's a liability, not an asset. So why are there so many of these new types of poor people? A lot of people have brought the whole face-saving economy from back home to Australia when they immigrate. They think that if they don't live in a good neighborhood, they'll be looked down upon. This is a classic consumerist trap. You're paying a huge premium to buy into some vague, intangible sense of emotional value. This essentially is poverty in terms of mindset. In Australia, listen carefully, in Australia, social class has never been determined by what bag you carry or what car you drive. Instead, it's determined by whether you own means of production and how much control you have over those means of production. Let me give you a real example I encountered in a consultation yesterday. It's very typical. It's about a young couple, both around 30 years old, with backgrounds in finance and accounting. Their combined annual salary is about 150,000 Australian dollars, which is pretty good. Both sets of parents also scraped together everything they had to come up with a $400,000 down payment. This money essentially served as their seed funding. So what did they do with it? They went all in and bought a brand new townhouse worth $1.5 million for their own residence. But from a financial perspective, this was a disastrous decision. Even though they might be enjoying living there, I know this house definitely provides them with emotional value